Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making the spring flower coaster, and you can get this from the Yarnspirations website, and I'll have a link to that down in the description. This is seriously so cute and I absolutely love it. I'm so excited to share this with you. So we're going to continue our spring flower theme. And so what you are going to need is you are going to need cotton yarn, and you're going to need two colors. The color for the center and then the petal color. So I am using this peaches and cream yarn in yellow and then lavender purple. So let's go ahead and get started. So another thing you're going to need is you're going to need an H hook or a 5mm hook. So we are going to start with our center color and make a magic knot. Oops. Okay, and then we are going to chain 5. Then slip stitch into that first stitch, okay, so now we have created a ring. So now we are going to chain 1 and work 8 single crochets into that ring. We are going to slip stitch into the first single crochet that we made in this round. So now for the second row, we're going to chain 1 and place 2 single crochets in each stitch around. So by the time that we are done with this row, we should have a total of 16 single crochets. And just like the previous round, we are going to slip stitch into that first single crochet of this round. So now for row 3, right, chain 1, and then we are going to place 1 single crochet in the first stitch and then 2 single crochets in that second stitch. And we're going to continue this all the way around. So 1, and then do 2 stitches. to slip stitch into that first single crochet we made again. Alright, so now for row 4, we are going to chain 1, and then we are going to place 1 single crochet in that same stitch, and 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So every third stitch you are going to put 2 single crochets in there, and you're going to do that all the way around. Okay, slip stitch to that first single crochet like so, and then for row 5 we are going to chain 1, and then we are going to put 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches, and then put 2 double crochets into that 4th stitch, and continue that all the way around. Then slip stitch into that first single crochet. For row 6 we are going to chain 1, do 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches, and in that 5th stitch place 2 single crochets. By the end of row 6, you should have a total of 48 stitches. So it would be a good idea to go ahead and count just to make sure that you have the appropriate amount. Slip stitch to the first single crochet. Alright, so this is what it's looking like so far. So we have one more row of this increase, it looks like. So we are going to go ahead and chain 1. Now we're going to put 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches. and then put 2 single crochets into that 6th stitch. Okay, so row 8 is another increase row, but we're going to do it a little bit differently than we have done the other rows. So we are going to chain 1, and instead of doing a gradual increase like we've been doing the previous rows, we are actually going to do 1 single crochet in the next 3 rows. I'm sorry, in the next 3 stitches rather. And then put a double crochet. Okay, and then we are going to put 1 single crochet in the next 3 rows again. Okay. So then if you notice, those instructions were actually in parentheses. So now we are going to start at the beginning of the parentheses and do 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches again. Then do a double or 2 single crochets. And then actually we're just going to do 1 single crochet into the next 6 stitches. So I guess it actually is kind of similar to how they did it in the previous rows. It's just with the way that it's written, it looks different. So by the end of row 8, you should have 64 stitches. And after this part, we are going to move to the petals. So it's important to triple check after you're done with this row, just to make sure that everything is correct before you move on. And then before you finish that last single crochet, you're going to make sure that you have 2 loops on the hook. And then this is where you are going to change colors. So let me grab my scissors around my cat here and go ahead and cut that. And you are going to start with your other color. Go ahead and make your magic knot. And then you are going to use that to draw through the last 2 loops to finish that off. Okay. And then I'm just going to go ahead and, well, first I'm going to take and, if I can get my ends all straight here, slip stitch into that first single crochet, and then I'm going to take and tie this in a knot just to make sure that it doesn't come out and those stitches stay tight. There. Okay, so now we are going to round 9, and round 9 starts the petals. So we are going to start by chaining 1 and placing 1 single crochet into the same space. Then we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we are going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, then single crochet into that 4th stitch. Okay. Then we are going to put 1 single crochet into that next stitch. We're going to chain 4, skip 3 stitches, single crochet into the 4th stitch, and then put a single crochet into the stitch after that. And we are just going to keep doing that all the way around. Okay, so for this last one, you want to slip stitch into that first single crochet. Okay, so now for row 10, we are going to chain 1, do 1/2 double crochet, 4 double crochets, and 1/2 double crochet into each chain 4 space around. So in each chain 4 space, you should have a total of 6 stitches. In between, you're going to chain 1. So as a refresher course, to do a 1/2 double crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then you pull through all 3 loops, the double crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops, and then pull through 2 loops. Okay, so for row 11, you are going to chain 2, and we're going to be working behind the petals for this round. So you want to put 1 single crochet into the next chain 4 space, and that is between the group of double crochets. So you're going to need to take your fingers and separate those, and then you want to chain 5. Then you want to take and repeat that all the way around, starting from this star. So you want to go ahead and put 1 single crochet in the next chain 4 space, in between the 4 double crochets, and then chain 5 again. Okay, and then when we slip stitch, we want to slip stitch to that first single crochet. Okay, so now for row 12, we are going to chain 1, and we're going to do something similar that we did in the last round. We're going to put 1 half double crochet, but this time we're going to put 6 double crochets in there before doing another half double. Okay. Now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to keep doing that all the way around. So now that you have finished row 12, we are going to move on to row 13. So for row 13, we are going to chain 4, and then we are going to work behind the petals again. So we are going to put 1 single crochet in the next chain 5 space in between the 6 double crochets. So count 1, 2, 3 double crochets, split it there, insert your hook from the back and wrap it around so that single crochet that you place is behind it. Then we are going to chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're going to count in between the next 3 double crochets and separate them with our fingers, and put another single crochet there. And we are going to do that all the way around. Okay, so now we are going to start the last row, row number 14. So to do that, we are going to chain 2, place 5 double crochets into that next space, Okay, so now we are going to learn a new stitch, and that's the picot. So we are going to chain 3, okay, then we are going to slip stitch into that first chain. It creates like this little pointy triangle, and then that's actually your picot. So now we are going to do our last 4 double crochets. There's our petal of our last row. So then we're going to chain 2, and then we are going to slip stitch into that next single crochet. Okay, and then we're going to do whatever, 5 double crochets into the next chain space, then we're going to do another picot, so chain 3, slip stitch into that first chain, and then do 4 double crochets. Okay, then slip stitch to that single crochet, chain 2, and start all over again. already see we have this beautiful last row starting. So you can go ahead and get started and pause the video, and then I'll meet you back at the end of the round for the end of our project. So as you can see, I have finished the last round, and just look how beautiful this is. I absolutely love this project. The finished coaster does measure 8 inches, so you do need a bigger space. This would be perfect if you were doing like a spring theme on your dining room table, or just wanted like a decorative coaster like in your living room. It does require a lot of space, but it's absolutely beautiful, and I love the detail in there. So of course, when you are done, you just want to take and cut your leftover thread, leaving a long tail to weave in. Pull that out straight. Okay. So then when you're done, you really only have 3 tails to weave in. This one at the end, oops, and then these 2 when you changed color. So thank you so much for joining me today. A big welcome to our new subscribers. I'm so happy to have you here, and thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!